Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the Mk5 Golf GTI. This is a follow-up video from the video when I did the chassis and brake upgrades on the car. The reason why it's taken so long for me to do this video is because I had a few problems when I actually put those upgrades, or when I did those upgrades on the car. So let's just have a recap of what I actually did. I put a new subframe on the car because I snapped a few bolts. I put Audi S3 wishbones on the car. I put Audi S3 hubs and knuckles, KW variant 3 coilovers, white line adjustable drop links front and rear, white line anti-roll bar front and rear, white line ball joints, and there are a few more things that I've probably done on this car that I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, when I did that, I developed a knocking noise on the car, and I had to go through a whole load of troubleshooting to rectify this, which I did. And basically, yeah, I'm here now just to show you what the car is like. Before we do take the car on the road, I want to show you a quick upgrade on the car, and it's basically the climate control. Looks a little bit neater, and I did it because I wanted everything to show, you know, like when you change any kind of adjustment. Also, I've added Mk5 cruise control because when I had all the Bluetooth and DAB radio and everything installed, the module had to be changed, and the Mk5 cruise control doesn't work with the Mk6 module. I think that's right anyway. So we've had to swap those, and basically the wiper stalk, I just changed that just to match the other stalk. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get this car on the road. Right, we are out, and yeah, it's taken a long time to get this car to where it actually is right now. As you guys saw, all the problems that I went through when I was doing all the chassis and brake upgrades on the car, and even when I did do that, well, this sun is very, yeah, even when I did do the upgrades, I still had to strip down the suspension again because I developed a knocking noise on the car, which sometimes I think is quite normal. I think people do develop these, but I think I did too many things all at once, so I wasn't able to pin down where the knocking was coming from. The only thing I could do was take the suspension off. I changed out the top mount bearings to TTRS ones, which I know is a mod that people do. I shortened the adjustable drop links to the shortest setting so that it wasn't pushing the anti-roll bar onto my wishbone. And the anti-roll bar as well, I noticed that it wasn't centered. It was a couple mil out on one side, so it was more to one side than the other. So I centered that as well. Even though it was only a little bit, it will make a difference. The CV boot on the driver's side was also ripped, so I had that changed. And while I was doing all of that, I took the opportunity to change the track rod end, and I put Audi S3 flange nuts on there. I did the same with the ball joints, and I did the same with the, you know, the 3 bolts that bolt into the car. I changed those to TTRS ones. They're a bit more flanged. And then I put everything back together, got the car tracked, and boom, no knocking. I'm so happy with it. I'm happier with the car now than I thought I would have been when I initially bought this car. I didn't think I would get this car to where it is right now. So, as far as spec goes, I have pretty much spec'd this car to my preference. I've done the entertainment side of it. I have done the interior. I have done the exterior. I have done the performance. You know, I've done the chassis, I've done the brakes. Everything is just, for me, it's just bang on, because I've had a lot of input into getting this car where it actually is. Don't get me wrong, I've taken it to a lot of my friends' garages and stuff like that, and they've helped me fix things and helped me troubleshoot quite a lot of things that needed doing on the car. But I'd say 95% of the work, if not 99% of the work, has been done by me. Obviously, I didn't do the tuning side of it, but I did source certain parts. Bearing in mind, I knew nothing before I actually bought this car. I made a few mistakes along the way, as we all do, and but no, I'm quite happy with where we are at right now. And then, as far as the exhaust goes, this is a stock exhaust. It's just got a res delete. I'm happy with the sound that this car makes. You would think that I spent a lot of money on an exhaust, and 90 quid, that was it. So yeah, as far as suspension goes, it feels almost stock, and that is the beauty about buying premium coilovers. I mean, KW are my go-to coilover. Obviously, with the variant 3s, you get quite a lot of adjustability. I know some people prefer a different brand of coilover, but they're just a bit too harsh for me. This is perfect. They work exactly how you expect a coilover to work. And like I said, it's tried and tested by me on other vehicles, and that's the reason why I went for them on this particular GTI. As far as this car is concerned, you would think that I'm pretty much done, but no, I've still got a few ideas to do. So keep watching and you will see a few more of the videos that I'm going to put out there. They'll be coming up pretty soon because the weather is improving. I did have the Eibach spacers on the front and on the rear. I had to take those off. Don't get me wrong, the car handled like it was on rails, but there was just too much scraping on the arches. So until I get this car dialed in, there is no point in putting the spacers on the car as yet. And I only had I think 12.5 mil on the front and 15 on the rear. So what I'm going to do now is traction control off, sport, and we'll see what this car can do. setup this car's got on it right now, and the PS4 tyres, works perfect. I mean, obviously I'm on roads as well that I'm familiar with, so that's a bit of a bonus. And the sound of the car is just, you know, I know I've been driving this car for some time now, but I'm still like mesmerized at the way that this car now, it's almost like, because the setup of the car is different, the exhaust note sounds different. I don't know if it's just because it feels sportier than what it did before, but I would advise, if you're gonna do something like this, just don't do cheap. Just spend a little bit more and get the proper setup. Right guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like, a share, a comment and a subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.